Oh, sorry about that, everybody. How's it going? It's your good friend Possible here, and I'm back in action, doing what I do best, and that is reviewing movies. And what better movie to review right now than one I saw a long time ago, actually. Sorry I've been a little bit late on this one. Monuments Men, with George Clooney, Matt Damon, Bill Murray, John Goodman, and a host of others, all looking to secure art. You know, George Clooney has directed several movies now, and this one, you could tell there are several kind of movies a person can make when they're a big star. And I think this particular one is more of one of those touching, we're going to tell their story as honestly as possible type of thing. At least I hope that was the case. I really don't know anything about the Monuments Men. I am more curious about them when it comes to this movie. You basically have this group of men, and you can see, considering how big the war was, this wasn't a big group. But these were guys who were sent into a battlefield and told our people what they could and could not shoot at, what they wanted to try to preserve, and what they wanted to try to get back. They wanted to get back the art, the culture. You know, Hitler really wanted everything. He wanted it all. He wanted the world. And according to this movie, he was trying to set up a special museum that would be to his honor, to his life work and everything. And he wanted to make sure that all the art from the world is in there, as if to say, this is my art that I am now allowing you to view and to witness. That said, these guys went in, and it was not an easy time. It was very hard. There was life lost, and they were able to just get back a fraction of what they were looking for. But every time they went back and they got something back, it was another victory for us away from him. A lot of people, some of the people that I've heard about already have complained about this movie, saying that, why are we looking at this story? Why aren't we looking at the story of people who have saved lives, saved villages? There's that story of the war magician. A guy who used his magic to actually make an entire town disappear. Tom Cruise was supposed to make a movie about that, but he never got around to it. Something came up. So what happened in this movie? This movie reminds us that sometimes it is the small acts that make the big difference, and that some things are worth preserving, worth enduring, and worth remembering. Even to this day, a few months ago, and this is June of 2014. Even to this day, I remember hearing not too long ago about a art heist. And no, not art heist. Excuse me, from people finally returning art from Nazi soldiers, Nazi people, to the rightful owners. So this is something that didn't end with World War II. This is something that when it kept going over and over again, even since World War II, there's always these stories. You see it on television all the time. Heck, even The Simpsons had a story where, Grandpa Simpson's men and Montgomery Burns robbed a whole bunch of art from people. They were trying to get it back to its rightful owners. So this is a story that is worth telling. This is not to take away from anybody else and any other sacrifice. This is here to acknowledge more of the sacrifices. And there's some really good lines in here about the importance of their mission and how hard it is. You get the impression that something so small should be given such significance. It meant a lot to these guys, and it meant a lot especially to their leader, played by George Clooney. Don't miss it. Don't miss the end. That last guy at the end of the movie, I'll give you one little hint, not really a spoiler, but that guy was played by George Clooney's father, so that's why they did a good job of making George look so old. This is a movie that had a lot of heart. Now, I gotta say one thing about it also. This movie did not flow like a normal movie flows. This does not have the focus on one character, the build-up, the main villain. They tried to put it in. They forced a little bit of it in there. Like there was this one piece of art that had more significance than any other piece of art, only because of a person's sacrifice for it. Also, there was a focus on this one guy who was supposed to be the quote-unquote villain, you might say. But it wasn't a Hollywood done deal. It was a basic deal that these guys did. I took this more of a Cliff Notes version of their lives. You know, here's a particular adventure here, here's a particular adventure there involving somebody breaking a tooth and needing to see a dentist. That was a true story. You know, because of the flow, I get a feeling that some of this might have been more true than not. You know, of course, there's the Hollywood embellishment that you can expect, but it wasn't as bad as other things I've seen in the movie. I really took this as a clear movie on what actually happened, as opposed to, you know, this is what we wish happened, this is what we think would look cool type of thing. Naturally, the movie gets a see it from me. That might be also because I love the era. World War II was a romantic era for me. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed anything that comes out of that era. The whole fighting the Nazis, trying to bring back world peace, saving a people. And here, it was saving not just a people, but now we're saving the world's culture. We're saving the world's art. And the challenges that these guys really did go through, you know? So I definitely give it a see it. I thought it was worthy. George Clooney did a great job. Alright guys, that's it for me today. We'll see you at the theaters.